Welcome to the Literally First Class podcast, where I will teach you how to overcome anxiety and achieve somatic success. I'm your host, Keri Ford. I'm a somatic success and holistic life coach here to bring humor, insight, and wisdom to the modern day woman that wants to feel alive in her daily life. You ready? Come on, I saved you a seat in first class. If you're like me, you've never really felt like you fit in. But the more you accept yourself, the more freedom that you'll experience so that you can actually manifest your dream life. Because manifestation is actually just alignment too. It's getting clear on what you want, clearing out anything in your body, in your mind, in your belief system that says otherwise, and becoming an energetic match for that. You can use somatic work for this. You can use a lot of different things for this. We use a lot of different modalities. Definitely somatic work is at the top because I have found it to be the fastest, easiest way to access a client's nervous system to help them basically install and rewire a new upgraded software system for their body and their mind. It is that powerful. And when you have the somatic tools and the right kind of guide or coach to help you through that, it's honestly such a game changer. It's the difference between I'm aware and I know I have this pattern, and then actually learning and knowing exactly how to change and rewire it. And I don't mean outperform our limiting beliefs. I think so much of the advice that we see online is sort of this idea of healing or idea of personal development where, oh, like that's an interesting idea. Or like, it feels really good to like hear that message. Or like, oh, I had like an insightful aha moment from reading this line in a book. But then how often are we actually putting those things into practice in a way that changes the whole trajectory? For me personally, not very much. Like I used to be the person that collected a whole bunch of Pinterest things and freebie downloads, and like back when ebooks were a thing, like I would gather all the R&D, all the research and development, and I would read like pieces and parts. I'd have an aha, I would study it a little bit, but I didn't have any skin in the game. Nothing actually changed, and I call this going to church. It's like, wow, that message is so inspiring. I love that. I need to implement that in my life. And then you leave church or you leave that whatever, you stop reading that book, you stop that podcast, and you never really take action that actually rewrites a new belief system and upgrades your software programming that literally installs a new imprint for a new way of being that's actually an energetic match and an alignment for the life that you say that you want. So I see this all the time at different levels of success. It really doesn't matter how much success you have, where you're most successful. There's usually one area in a woman's life that is lacking or something is missing. So for example, when we talk about health, wealth, relationships being kind of the primary pillars that I would talk about in terms of if you have all three of those buckets filled up to the top and you are like thriving in life, like you're good. There might be a higher level to each of those. Like you might have great friends, but you want like inspiring friends that are a match for your success and like, you know, understand you as an entrepreneur. You might be in a relationship, but is it like the relationship of your dreams? You know, you might have a certain level of monetary success, like you're near 7 figures, but maybe you want to get into multiple 7 figures or, you know, toward 8 figures. So there's always like another cut and another level. But sometimes, and actually oftentimes, what I find is that there is like a complete category or bucket that is not filled at all. And so what this looks like is, okay, I say I want this like dream life, but I'm like wildly successful in terms of like my business and I've got like the money game figured out. I don't have any money wounds anymore, but like I have no one to share my life with and I don't have a significant partner. So I would say in that instance, like the wealth bucket is super full, but the relationship bucket for romantic partnerships, at least, is not so full, right? It's missing. And someone maybe that has an amazing romantic partnership, but hasn't quite unlocked their potential, at least to its fullest, impact and measure of power and authenticity and expression and, financial income in purpose, they probably have the relationship bucket filled, but not so much the wealth one. And so it's like, which bucket do we get to work on? Now, a lot of my programs are focused on leadership and who we're being. A lot of the times the results that women end up having are monetary, but there are so many other results that they have too. They are going deeper in commitment and intimacy and connection with themselves and therefore their partner. Like their marriage is revived in a way that it hasn't been in years. Their household with their kids is harmonized. Now they have like parenting support in a way that they never had before because who they're being and how they're showing up is so different because they've literally been working with me to rewire and upgrade their whole software system. So when we say we want to manifest our dream life, what we're actually saying is we are clearing out all the crap that says we're not aligned to it. And then we're simply remembering that we've always been aligned to it because now we're clearing out the stuff from our mind and all the thoughts and the fears and the things that keep us, in fact, from that. If you listen to my last episode about the somatic success method, I talked all about this, which is that third example where I said, like, imagine on a projector screen, like your dream person or like your next level vision, whatever that is. And it will scare you because you've never been there before. It should be so big that it scares you. But then what you'll notice is as you start to get closer and that reality starts to feel like it could be available, the fear also goes up. And so while we cognitively know what we want, or we say we want all of these things, we actually are becoming like our own cock block to the very thing we say we want. And we don't even know we're doing it or how to remove our foot from the gas pedal that's driving the behavior and like actually repelling the life that we want. So if we want to manifest our dream life, we have to be not only clear on what we want, but we have to clear out anything that is not in alignment to the alignment of that specific frequency. And I'm speaking in terms of energy because I think sometimes people hear that differently or receive that differently. Somatics is such a beautiful, amazing, gentle way to heal, but it's also an accelerated way to heal. It is crazy how the first two ingredients, and really the only two that you need with somatic work, are time and space. So in moments where you didn't have time or space, if you invite those in as you're doing somatic work, that's where actually everything can start to reorganize and rearrange in your system. And now you have new information. It's insane. Anyway, we're getting a little esoteric, and that's why I don't talk as much about the somatic method. You don't really need to know exactly how we're getting there. You just need to know that I can be the one to help you get there. You just need to know that the women inside our programs are getting there. We have 81 pages of testimonials. There's a reason why. They're manifesting their dream man. They're manifesting their dream house. They're manifesting their dream job. They're manifesting the raise they never asked for. They're manifesting the, multiple seven-figure income they always wanted. Once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Magic and miracles happening faster than they thought it would. Like the world rearranging in a way that serves them, in a way that is always happening for them. But we're not like sitting and meditating on a mountain. They're actively like healing anything that's out of alignment, and therefore they're always getting into more alignment with exactly what they want. So when you hear manifesting, I want to invite you to hear the word aligning to your dream life. Everything that you want is possible. There's someone somewhere that has it. So that just tells you that that's a possible outcome.
This message sponsored by Po Hung Yu.
Have you ever thought about microdosing before? Maybe you've even seen documentaries like Fantastic Fungi or How to Change Your Mind on Netflix. By the way, I have a funny story about the fantastic fungi, but you're going to have to ask me offline. Or maybe you've heard about the extensive research happening in the best universities and the evidence showing how mushrooms are game-changing for those with anxiety, depression, ADHD, and even PTSD. So many female leaders and moms have jumped on the microdosing bandwagon to help them better manage modern-day stress. I want to introduce you to our new brand partner, Po Hung Yu. She's a self-mastery mentor, microdosing guide, and a former acupuncturist. And as a successful woman like me, like you, imagine a life where your brain and your nervous system can just relax. That's exactly what happens when you microdose and you're guided by an experienced facilitator. So you can actually be present and enjoy your life minus the anxiety, overwhelm, and stress. The best part is you don't feel high, there's no psychedelic effect, and no one will know. You can still work, be with your kids, drive, exercise, and live your normal day-to-day life. But you'll still receive all of the amazing benefits of mushrooms, like increasing neuroplasticity, flow, creativity, focus, and even your connection and intimacy with your loved ones. Not only will you receive a 15-minute consult where Po will tell you exactly how this process works so you can decide if it's a fit for you, but you'll also get a bonus of $500 off and a complimentary root cause assessment call worth over $800 when you decide to work with Po. Click the link below in the show notes to get started today. Now, you just have to align your body and your beliefs to the same thing, right? That's possible for you. So, manifesting equals aligning. The way to get there is the somatic success method. This is what I do with myself. This is what I do with my clients. So when you have those tools, you can identify the limits that are holding you back. Then you can know exactly how to rewire them so that you can heal and move through them. They no longer override your system. They no longer dictate your reality, right? And you start experiencing a level of freedom and empowerment and living the life that you know that you've always been meant to live, that feels aligned and alive and, authentic. And I think those are so important because otherwise, what's the point, right? Otherwise, we're just going through the motions. And I remember feeling that way so many times, especially when I was in corporate. And it was like, how dare I feel this way? I should feel so grateful. I have this 6-figure income and I'm like doing so well. And I'm like #thriving. But I hated it. I felt like I had one foot in the grave and that my soul was dying a slow death. I can't explain it other than like it was just misalignment. I kept taking steps in the direction of not in alignment. And that was painful. It created confusion. I felt like something was wrong with me. And I felt like there was something I couldn't put my finger on that just didn't quite feel right. And, once I entered the world of personal development and healing, I suddenly had the tools that I didn't know existed to take my power back and reclaim, rebuild, and create the life that I actually wanted, aka manifest my fucking dream life. And that is totally possible for you when you have the right tools. When you're able to do the work that shows you beyond awareness, like you're already really smart, you're already very intelligent, you already know many of the patterns or beliefs probably that are holding you back for the most part, right? Or if you were to find out some of them, they probably wouldn't be super surprising because you're like, oh, right, there's that. But now what? That's the part where I come in with our program, with this method, and I teach you and I show you exactly how to upgrade your system so that you can have everything that you want, so that you don't have to settle anymore ever again. You'll know what it feels like when it's not in alignment. You'll know how to move beyond those upper level limits, and you'll know what those even feel like. I mean, how often have we been at a point of self-sabotage and we didn't know that we were sabotaging until we look back and we're like, oh, right, oops, I fucked that one up. I was totally sabotaging, but it's so hard to catch it in real time, right? So when you join Apex or any of our other programs, that's exactly what I'm going to empower you and teach you how to do. so that you can become like your own powerful self-practitioner and that you don't end up continuing to sabotage everything you actually want because you're actually repelling everything you want when you don't heal that. Because you can cognitively know what you want all day, but if you feel fear in your body about having it, or if there's any part of you that feels like that's not possible for you, or it feels like so far away, you're repelling it, you're pushing it away. And I don't want you to waste time like I did. I wasted like a decade of my life, like in misaligned relationships, in misaligned friendships, in misaligned jobs. Like, I know nothing is really a waste of time, but it kind of feels like it was because I was gathering tools and things that were really cool and important for like where I am now. But I was so frustrated while I was in that seat. And I just was like, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, why can't I figure this out? Clearly, I'm a smart person. Clearly, I'm a hard worker. Like, why can't I ever seem to get past this certain level? Or why is it that every 2 years I'm in a corporate role and a consulting gig, I like hate this? What is this? It's not about the job. It's like me. Like, I'm the common denominator. So that was something within me that once I had the tools, I was able to actually heal, rewrite, and upgrade my system. So hopefully that's helpful in terms of learning exactly what's happening when you're repelling your dream life versus manifesting your dream life. And if you need help with that, you can click the link in the bio. You can apply for our 6-month or 12-month option for the Apex Leadership Mastery Academy, where I help you do exactly that. That's literally what we're doing every single week. We're in there actively doing the somatic work. We're rewiring, we're upgrading your system to maximize your potential, to amplify your impact, to play life at a level that you know you deserve, that you know you're meant for. And we're doing it in an aligned, authentic way to you. To you. So go ahead and click that link if that sounds interesting. And if you're ready for an even deeper immersive and you want to go somewhere out of your normal environment, we now have applications open for the 2025 Made for More retreat. And this is the place where you get to take time away from your family and your business so that you can actually have the think time that you don't normally get, right? Where you're going to uncover what your next level is going to actually look like in a focused environment that's very elevating, where you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to lift a finger, right? This is the reason why we run these hands-on workshops, that you get the real time, the feedback, the connection, and you get to do it with other women exclusively at that level that are in a similar situation, that are working toward similar solutions, right? And then of course we're going to have play and recharge time, and you can shoot some fun photos, and it's at this amazing exclusive place. So go ahead and submit your application below. We're reviewing those now, and that has limited seats. I don't see why that's not going to sell out, like, honestly, in the next bit of time here. So I hope you guys have a great day and keep it first class. See you on the next episode.
I hope you enjoyed your flight, and I'll see you on board again soon.
Seriously though, thanks for listening. If you're ready to take this work deeper and upgrade your mind, I want to invite you to join us inside my Millionaire Mindset program. This is where you'll start using my guided meditations to help you overcome anxiety and experience even more abundance. When you join, you'll have access to my entire audio library. Head over to elevatewithkeri.com and we'll see you inside.